Average high is only in the upper 60s. We will be in the upper 80s to low 90s away from the water today. In the mountains, we're looking down on some hazy sunshine. The low cloud cover has burned off. It kind of looks like it's cloudy. It's not. That's the view you get of Southern California when you take off in a plane. It's like, oh, it's not really cloudy. It's just hazy. That's the low-level pollution that we have. It is cloudy at the beach, especially our west-facing beaches in Orange County, LA County, and Ventura County. Santa Monica at 61 degrees, but still kind of cloudy there. We're 55 in Malibu, 57 in Laguna Beach. It's chilly right at the beach, but look at these temperatures inland. Temecula now 81, Ojai 83, Santa Clarita 81, and knocking on the door of 80 degrees in San Bernardino, Pasadena, and Simi Valley. We've got already a 20-25 degree temperature spread, which may expand to 35 degrees later on today. So we did have lots of fog to start, still do in Santa Monica. A lot of sunshine, though, for most of us to finish. It'll be a very warm Wednesday, but we do have some big changes coming soon. Part of that change is an increase in rain. Not, honestly, that much rainfall, just some showers. But it's a sign that our flow of air is going to come from the ocean soon, but not today. Riverside, upper 80s this afternoon. High temperatures today, low 90s for our warmest valleys. LA warming up to 83. We'll talk about the cool down, Chris, coming up.
Okay, Paul, thank you. A police pursuit of a reckless driver in the San Fernando Valley overnight. It turned deadly. The driver ended up in a cul-de-sac and shots were fired. A woman told KCAL News reporter Tina Patel that the victim was her grandson.
We were just talking to neighbors, and they say it was alarming when shots rang out here early this morning. Those sounds were actually captured on a home video camera here. Listen to this. You can hear several gunshots in quick succession. This was around 2:30 this morning. LAPD and Highway Patrol are working on the investigation, but they're not sharing many details yet. We know CHP officers were in pursuit of a reckless driver. They followed that driver into this cul-de-sac, and then an officer-involved shooting occurred. They could not confirm if this was a deadly shooting, but SoCal flew over the scene, and it looks like there is a body covered by a sheet on the ground not far from a white van. I talked to a woman who says that is her grandson. She says he lives a few blocks from here. He had taken his father's work van last night, and she believes he was on his way home when he was shot and killed. She doesn't know why he would have turned down this dead-end street or why officers would have opened fire. But from the air, we saw what looks like a gun on the other side of the wall from where the shooting took place. So we were trying to find out if the driver was armed and if that was a factor in this shooting. As far as we know, no one else was injured in the shooting, but people who live here and the family of that driver are hoping for more answers. We will let you know if we get any updates. Winnetka, Tina Patel, KCAL News.
Okay, Tina, thank you. 2 local men have filed a claim against the city of LA after their lawyers say they were shot by LAPD officers while they were being robbed. Victor Diaz and Jesus Rojas were standing outside a church in Nickerson Gardens on December 28th when they say a man with an AK-47 tried to rob them. The duo fought back, and while one of them pinned the gunman to the ground, the other flagged down an LAPD patrol car.
I noticed there was a cop, and that's what I said, that he got a gun, he had a gun. I said it like 3 times, and I noticed because of the light that he got a knife. And as soon as I saw the knife, I said it 3 times, and I decided, you know, it's not worth it. I'm not just gonna let go. And as soon as I let go, that's when I got shot by my forearm.
Their lawyer claims all 3 men were shot by the officers. We put a call into the LAPD about the claim. We're waiting to hear back from the department. New this morning, actress Michelle Trachtenberg, known for her roles in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Gossip Girl. She died at 39 years old. New York police say Trachtenberg was found unresponsive in her Midtown apartment. We don't know yet her cause of death, but in recent months, she posted a series of Instagram photos where she appeared frail. Her death is not being investigated as suspicious. A Trump administration memo about plans to eliminate federal employee positions is apparently setting into motion a sweeping realignment of the federal government. It calls for federal agencies to develop plans by mid-March to get rid of those jobs. President Trump spoke about the changes during his first cabinet meeting. Department of Government Agency Efficiency head Elon Musk was also there. Musk said DOJ's task is to find 15% savings in order for the federal government to avoid going bankrupt.
We simply cannot sustain as a country $2 trillion deficits. the interest rates, just the interest on the national debt now exceeds the Defense Department spending. We can actually find $1 trillion in savings. That would be roughly 15% of the $7 trillion budget. And obviously that can only be done with the support of everyone in this room.
And some cabinet members have pushed back on the proposed cuts, but the White House says all cabinets take direction from DOGE. Nearly 60,000 University of California workers are picketing today. That includes about 6,000 workers from UC Irvine, UCLA, and UC Riverside. The workers include healthcare and research professionals. They're claiming unfair labor practices and calling for better wages and benefits. The UC system says it's all ready to settle. In a statement, it says the University of California is disappointed that both unions plan to strike. We have offered meaningful wage increases, healthcare premium reductions, and other offers to directly address the issues they've indicated are important. In addition, we have also continuously bargained in good faith. Well, customers have been showing up to support the workers of the original Pantry Cafe in downtown LA. It's a historic landmark, and it could close because of a labor dispute. KCAL News reporter Rick Montanez tells us the workers are getting overwhelming support.
This is a Los Angeles historic cultural monument, and it's iconic to Los Angeles, especially here in downtown. And you see all of the people who are gathered here outside. They are here to show support for the people working here. And outside there's a sign that says "Save the Pantry, Protect Our Jobs." Inside, lots of people are eating today. The event today lines up with the owners of the restaurant meeting with Unite Local 11, the union representing these workers. They're starting up contract negotiations again. The original Pantry is a staple here in downtown LA. It first opened its doors in May 1924. Many of the workers have been here for 2 or more decades, and customers, they've been coming here for generations. The Pantry was once owned by former mayor of LA, Richard Riordan. After his passing in 2023, his estate took over ownership. The current owners say talk of a possible sale or closure is nothing new. The union tells us they've been told to disband under new ownership, but they're not taking the deal. They want job protections and their union contract intact.
We got to find a way to keep this open, and this is beyond just a restaurant. This is like the Dodgers. This is an institution here in Los Angeles. My earliest memory is sitting at the counter with JJ and my dad, and being there and ordering orange juice. My dad getting mad because I ordered orange juice, right? But you know, I've been coming here now for 42 years.
You know, they're here to support the workers, show their love for them. Many have been here for 20, 30, 40 years. And yes, negotiations are going to resume today. You know, we'll see what happens. But more than anything, it's been incredible to see all of the solidarity and the support from the community.
The owners also say by forcing possible new owners to live up to the agreement with the union, that it may limit or prohibit them altogether from finding new buyers. The negotiations again continue today, and we have to wait and see what will happen next. Reporting in downtown LA, Rick Montanez, KCAL News.
Yeah, an iconic spot for sure. I know a lot of people will miss it if it closes. Well, a measles scare in Southern California after a baby from Orange County flew through LAX. Well, we're learning about this local case. Plus, it turns out weight loss drugs are also good for the heart. See how cardiologists and patients are using them. A measles scare in Southern California. Health officials say an Orange County baby with measles flew through LAX last week. The baby traveled on Korean Air Flight 11 last Wednesday and passed through the Tom Bradley International Terminal between 1 and 4 in the afternoon. Symptoms show up between 7 to 21 days after exposure. They include fever, red watery eyes, white spots inside the mouth, and a rash. Well, in Texas, there have been two deaths from a measles outbreak there. State officials say the first victim was a school-age child who was not vaccinated and had been in the hospital since last week. This morning, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. confirmed the second death, but did not elaborate on details. There are now as many as 124 measles cases reported since late last month. Public health officials say the outbreak started in a close-knit, under-vaccinated Mennonite community. It is American Heart Health Month, and more cardiologists are turning to a surprising tool to treat their patients. KCAL News correspondent Bradley Blackburn shows us how weight loss drugs are tipping the risk in your favor.
In the past year, Vanessa Lindley has seen the number on the scale drop, and she's smiling because of what it means for her heart.
I turned 52 last year, and my mom died at 53. And so as I was approaching, that was another motivation because I want to be here for my kids.
The mom and wealth advisor had high cholesterol and a family history of heart disease, so she came to see cardiologist Dr. Isilma Fergus at Mount Sinai in New York.
You need to be less than 70. Well, let's do it.
Doctors have long known excess weight can hurt the heart. It's why Dr. Fergus and many other cardiologists are now prescribing weight loss drugs like Wegovy. Lindley started it after trying diet and exercise.
And with the help of the drug, I was able to lose 30 pounds.
Changes to body mass can lead to other measurable changes too.
One of the big things that really causes or drives these numbers of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and high sugar is your weight or obesity.
One study shows for overweight patients, GLP-1 drugs reduce the risk of stroke, heart attack, and death by 20%. They are a powerful tool, and doctors can help determine whether benefits outweigh potential side effects, like digestional problems or rarely pancreatitis.
It's totally a game changer to have it in the toolkit.
Last year, Lindley completed the New York City Marathon and wants others to take the message to heart that help is available.
A busy working mom, trying to manage a lot of things in my life overall and feeling like I'm trying. But I needed some assistance.
She says it's medicine that can have real effects inside and out. Bradley Blackburn, KCAL News.
I think it's important to know that it started so that you can catch it before it's too late.
SoCal is slowly sinking, and that is causing irreversible damage. We're going to dig into the crisis beneath our feet and what's being done to stop it. Plus, it's feeling like summer across the region. Makes you want to go lay out at the pool. Meteorologist Paul Diano is back with your next weather forecast. Cracked roads, sinking homes, and shifting pipelines. There's a hidden crisis beneath our feet. Southern California is sinking in slow motion, and experts say the problem is only getting worse. KCAL climatologist Marina Jurica investigates the science behind land subsidence, the damage it's causing, and what's being done to stop it before it's too late.
Subsidence is the gradual sinking or settling of the Earth's surface, often caused by excessive groundwater pumping or oil extraction. In Southern California, as underground aquifers are depleted, the land above compresses, leading to irreversible sinking.
The groundwater is overdrawn, they collapse, and you've lost your ability to store water, and you also have permanent subsidence.
Behind me, you can see the layers of clay-rich rock that is a familiar sight across the California landscape. Now, subsidence is influenced by the type of soil and rock that is beneath the surface. Clay materials are highly prone to compacting under pressure, so that when you remove oil or water from the ground, it causes the tiny particles that are inside clay to collapse on themselves, causing the land to sink.
Subsidence can cause billions of dollars in damage. It warps roads, cracks building foundations, and shifts buried pipelines, increasing the risk of water and gas leaks.
It doesn't occur the same everywhere. So if you could imagine a landscape where part of the land is subsiding and part is not. Anything that's rigid infrastructure that crosses this point at some point is going to fail.
Preventing subsidence from damaging infrastructure requires careful monitoring and management. Engineers need to constantly monitor the ground levels at places like the Hollywood Reservoir Dam so that they can detect any changes and make the repairs necessary.
However, as our Earth continues to warm, less rain and snow in the mountains means more reliance on groundwater, which speeds up sinking.
California has always been the state of the 50 with the most extremes in weather for water. More floods, more huge droughts. It's just been the history of California. But I think that you will see more extremes now.
Scientists are fighting back with new cutting-edge technology from space. The NISAR satellite, launching this year, will be the first to use 2 radars on board that will be able to give the highest resolution to detect even the slightest ground movement.
It allows you to survey very large areas over a small amount of time. I think it's important to know that it's started so that you can catch it before it's too late.
While technology helps us track the problem, the real solution is preventative measures.
Here in Long Beach, the land underneath our feet has a story of its own, one of sinking, rebuilding, and careful management. Known at one time as the Sinking City, oil drilling as well as groundwater pumping caused the land in this entire area here to sink by as much as 29 feet, stretching across over 20 square miles.
Long Beach is a success story because it continues to focus on conservation and regulation while maintaining a groundwater injection program to counteract the subsidence.
Water is life. And, we have treated it in ways that maybe aren't as respectful as they should be. But it's the kind of thing, too, where maybe you don't know what you've lost until it's gone.
This is a crisis we can't see, but its impact is very real. With new technology from NISAR and adapting to smarter policies like Long Beach, we can slow subsidence and stabilize the ground beneath us. Marina Jurica, KCAL News.
Well, turning now to your weather, taking a live look outside. If you look closely, you see the Ferris wheel. That is the Santa Monica Pier. Dense fog still along the coast. Let's go to meteorologist Paul Diano for your next weather forecast. Paul, we really do have microclimates here.
Chris, it's warm almost everywhere. You just showed us where it is not. At the beach, we are in the 50s and low 60s, and it is still foggy, but that's right at the beach. You get a little farther inland, LA 74. Keep going, Pasadena 80. Keep going. Riverside, San Bernardino, 85 and 84 degrees respectively. Very warm inland, not that warm at the beach. Malibu in the hills where we have this camera, we look down on the cloud cover. The marine layer is very compressed, only about 400 feet, but that also means it's really hard to burn off. High temperatures today at the beach, low 70s, inland, low 90s. Chris, back to you.
Okay, Paul, thank you so much. And thank you for watching KCAL News at 11:30. KCAL News at noon with Amy Johnson is next. Have a great day, everyone.
Paley Fest is back at the Dolby Theater March 21st through the 29th. Tickets are on sale now for the premier festival that celebrates the stars and creators of hit shows, including Severance, Cobra Kai, Agatha All Along, Matlock, The Handmaid's Tale, Hacks, Poker Face, and Gilmore Girls, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and Etoile, the Amy Sherman-Palladino multiverse. Get an exclusive look at the biggest names in television. Don't miss Paley Fest March 21st through the 29th. Tickets sell fast, so visit paleyfest.org to buy now.